Hi, I'm Emma Mitchell, and I'm a psychic medium and energy healing guide. Today, I'm here with my mom, and we're going to be talking about some ghost stories that we've experienced together, and then a couple that she's experienced on her own. So, Mom, thanks for being with me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
This could be fun.
yeah, I'm glad. I was harassing you for a while about this, so I'm glad that
Yeah.
you're doing this with me. So we're just going to talk about some different things, and I made the first video in this series was about growing up in that house in Michigan
Hmm.
and how many experiences I had there growing up. And I know that you had a few too, and of course, you didn't
Yes.
tell me about them until I was an adult. And so thanks for that. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I just wanted to maybe bring that up first and see, if you want to explain some of the things that happened
Okay.
to you.
Okay. Well, I experienced noises, voices, especially when I was alone in the house, when you guys were in school and your dad was at work and all that stuff. And one day I was upstairs and I was cleaning or something like that. And I thought it was a radio. Somebody left a radio on downstairs. And I thought, well, that's really weird. So I went downstairs. I checked your room. I checked Eric's room. And then I went into the family room and it was like, I could still hear it faintly, but I couldn't tell where it was coming from. So I went to the closet underneath the stairs. I thought maybe it was in there, but it wasn't. But I felt a presence there. I mean, there was something, and like this is the first time I've ever felt anything like this. So I kind of got a little bit scared and I went upstairs and I could still faintly hear the music. I can't tell you what the music was, but it was a very, very weird feeling. Very weird. And then I got out of the house.
Okay, yeah, I don't think you told me this story. So it was in that closet under the stairs that there was
I
something
wasn't
in
sure
there?
where it was because the noise, I mean, I just went in there because I thought, well, what the heck? But the noise was, it was like everywhere. It wasn't in a specific location. It was like in the air.
Mm,
If that makes any sense. Yeah.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So, and I think I definitely talked about this in that video, but I would
Hmm.
wake up all of the time thinking, hearing like voices or thinking you all were awake. The TV would
Hmm.
be on or something,
Right.
and there was never anything on. But it's
Right.
interesting you heard that during the day.
It was during the day.
Wow. Um, so what else did you experience? I remember you were talking about something by the barn because we had this pole barn. And
Right.
that always creeped me out in there. I always
Yeah.
was freaked in that
Me
barn.
too. I hated going in there. Just hated it. And it used to be like a dog kennel or something like that, and with a pole barn, and they had horses, and but that back room where the dog kennel was, just very, very strange vibes. Every time I went in there, I would run in there and run out because I didn't like being in there.
And that's where Dad had his work stuff, like his tool stuff in there.
His tools and stuff, right? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I when I went back several months ago and did like a psychic clearing of the house, I
Uh-huh.
saw this black, like spirit, nasty black energy that was running around behind the barn, like in the
Okay.
woods and stuff. So I don't
Okay.
know if that's what it was, but there are so many ghosts on that property
Right.
that I noticed. Yeah.
Right.
Did
Yeah.
you ever feel like that man outside the house that was like
Mhm.
staring in?
Uh-huh. Yes. Yes. When I was outside, it was like by the front of the house, in the
Mhm.
woods by the front of the house. Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you ever see anything?
No, I never saw anything.
No, me neither. But you remember my friends would see stuff out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, super creepy. Okay,
Yeah.
let's not talk about, for some reason I'm getting really creeped out now. Let's talk about your Uncle Phil and because you told
Hmm.
me he came to visit you. The day you were
Yes,
getting married?
the day I was getting married. I was getting ready. I was in the bathroom. I was ready to take a shower, and then all of a sudden, I just felt him there. And it was like, what the heck is this? Because I hadn't thought about him in a while because he passed away probably about 6 years earlier. And he was like my favorite uncle. So I felt his presence, and it was a very positive thing. It was like, he was telling me everything's going to be okay. But it was really cool. It was really cool. And it just made me happy. So,
And you said he was with you most of the day, right?
yes. Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
hmm
Have you felt him around you ever anytime since then?
No, I really haven't. No.
Really, just that one time. You said
Yeah.
your other uncle would come to you sometimes too, right?
My other uncle?
Gosh, I thought you had, I can't remember his name now.
No, I don't think
Just
so.
this uncle.
Just this one.
Okay.
Just this one. Yeah.
Boy, I don't know. I can't remember names right now. Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Charleston, because you live in Myrtle Beach area, and so
Right.
I've gone to Charleston, South
Mhm.
Carolina with you a few times. Do you want to
Yes.
tell about that ghost tour we went on?
Oh, yes, we went on a ghost tour at night, and it was in downtown Charleston. And we had this wonderful tour guide that told us all kinds of great stories. And it was so eerie. It was just so weird. I mean, I don't know. What do you remember about it?
Um, well, what I remember three specific things because I remember we went by that tree that they said they would hang people in
hmm
that square.
Right.
Um, and that was creepy. And then we went, well, I'll let you tell the bank story, but
Okay.
that, and then I remember at the end, we were standing in front of this house or some sort of building, and the guy was saying that these men who would stay in this house would have really terrible nightmares, and it was all kind of related to this one witch or something. And
hmm
we were standing out there and you were talking to him, and I was looking into the courtyard of this house, and there was no wind, and like stuff was moving, like
hmm
swaying in the wind, and there was no wind. And I was just so freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. Well, we went through quite a few cemeteries,
Oh,
and
yeah.
some of those graves were just so old, but and they were kind of lopsided and just, you know, perfect for horror movies type scenes. And that was cool. And then, yeah, I don't remember what the tour guide was talking about, but we were standing, I think it was it was near one of the cemeteries we visited. And then he was telling us, and we were all just so involved in what he was talking about. And then at like the perfect moment, the bank across the street had one of those teller tubes that go up and down for the drive through. It went up and the place was closed, and we all just jumped. It was just so cool.
You know
Yeah.
what he was telling us was that where we were standing was a cemetery that they
Okay.
filled in
Oh,
with
is that what
the
it was? Okay.
parking lot and the bank. And so
Uh,
when he was telling us that story, the thing at the
uh
bank shot up like, "Yep, we're still here.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
covered us up." Yeah, that was so crazy.
Yeah. That was. That
Yeah.
was.
Um, okay, let's talk about when we stayed at that Airbnb in Raleigh, North Carolina, or outside Raleigh.
Okay.
And I'll kind of tell the story, but I'm sure you'll have stuff to fill in. But when we stayed there, we it was a weird little place. It's like I
Very
don't
weird.
even know. It was like a guest house or something, and there was a spiral staircase that went up to this other room, and there was no door on the room. And I stayed in that room above the
hmm
spiral staircase, and you stayed below in a room
hmm
with a door.
Right.
and right by your room was the kitchen, and it was a very small house.
Hmm.
But I heard the first night, I just felt like there was something down there, and I heard all this noise the first night. And I said something to you that day when we were in the Airbnb, which I've learned lessons now that we don't talk about ghosts when we're in the house because because of that situation and others, but that we were saying, because you said you felt something too, or you knew there was something there.
Yeah.
That night, it was like it just was excited or something, but it wasn't a good feeling. It didn't have a good presence to it, but it was moving. So I could hear stuff, somebody walking around that whole night down there
Okay.
without the door, and there was no door on my room. So I could hear
Right.
everything. And it definitely wasn't you.
Right. Well, I had my door closed
Yeah.
because that place gave me the creeps
Yeah.
anyway. When we walked in, I'm like, what is this? It's like an addition to their house.
Yeah. It was
It
weird.
was old and it had a funky smell.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
mildew was pretty bad.
Yeah. It was, yeah. Yeah. But that was, yeah. Yeah. That was really interesting being in that place. I mean, it wasn't inviting. I mean, we didn't really want to stick around there much at all. No,
No.
no, we kept going and going. No, didn't want to be there.
And do you remember anything from that spirit? Because you definitely said, "Oh, I sense there's something here."
Yeah, there was. No, I don't remember anything. I remember hearing some rustling, but I thought that was you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but yeah, that was about it.
And that was before I really got into knowing how to clear ghosts and energy and all that. So
Right,
we were just scared.
right,
We didn't know what to
right,
do about
right.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
what would you have done?
Um, I would have gotten rid of it. I would have moved it out. Yeah.
Okay,
Called
okay.
in angels or whatever to get it out of there. But yeah. I did not like staying there either. That was a weird experience in that place.
That was a very weird experience.
Yeah.
That
But
staircase was bizarre.
yeah, the spiral staircase. Yeah. Well, actually, so I was remembering one more thing. So there's a place near your house. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's that path or it's that gardens that we walked through, and
Hmm.
it's lots of paths through the woods, and then it comes out to the water.
Right.
And I know we didn't really know what it was at the time, but we went over there and we were walking around, and there were so many little pockets of places where I started getting nauseated.
Yes, you
And I
did.
didn't know what it was, but I knew there was just like really bad energy in a lot of spots. And I know you in some places were like, oh, this is kind of weird too.
Yeah.
We were walking on the boardwalk, and it felt so heavy. I remember we were like, why does it feel like this? It's so heavy. And as
Hmm.
we got closer, we realized there was a memorial for, I don't know, is it military?
Yeah, I think it was military people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was this memorial there at the end of the boardwalk, and we were both like, oh, now we understand why it feels so heavy and sad. It
Hmm.
just, that whole area felt awful. And when we
Yeah.
got back to your house, we researched what it was, like what it
Hmm.
was before, and we found out, oh, this is a place where there were a lot of slaves, and they sold a lot of slaves in that spot, and it was a plantation or something. And even George Washington bought slaves there. And I was like, okay, this makes a lot of sense because I could feel that
Hmm.
energy of just sorrow and
Yes.
terrible things happening there. Yeah.
Yes.
And you've
Yeah.
been back since, haven't you? You went there once
Um,
again?
since we went, I don't think I've gone since. No, I
Oh,
don't think I have. No, I think that last time was with you
oh,
because
okay.
I went with Eric before. So yeah, it was very, very bizarre, but it was like you said, it was very sad. It was
Yeah.
not a good vibe from it at all. So
No,
yeah.
no, I don't think I didn't really like being there. I remember the whole time we were like,
No, you
this
kept
isn't
saying, I got
good.
to get out of here. I got to get out of here. And we would run on the path. I got to get out of this spot. It's just like, wow. Okay. This isn't good. Let's go. That
Yeah.
was a quick walk. Yeah.
Yeah, we were there a while though, 'cause I don't know. It was interesting, but
Hmm.
I think there's just so much there. So many bad things have happened in that
So,
area.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like you said, my house had a lot of spirits when you did a clearing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That was really interesting because,
Actually,
well, like I said, when you were done, I mean, the house just felt so much lighter. It was like something was lifted off of it. It was so cool. And it's still that way. It still feels really good in here.
oh, that makes me happy. What,
Yeah.
so actually, do you want to talk about what you were experiencing before I did the clearing there? Because you had some weird
Um,
stuff.
well, it was more of a feeling like in certain areas of the house is like, well, like there's a front bedroom that every time I was in it, I just kind of did not feel comfortable in there. And the closet in our bedroom felt kind of weird too. And then you said outside, you were kind of freaking out about the outside. You said you saw a lot of, you felt a lot of activity out there. But yeah, and then you can tell the people what you found in those rooms, which
Yeah.
was really interesting.
Well, actually, but you did have a story about your cat before I did the clearing.
Oh,
Right. Remember?
oh goodness, you have to remind me. I'm sorry.
Well, you said that she um started hissing at something or
Oh
losing.
yeah, she would do that. Yeah, she would just out of nowhere, she would just start hissing. Like, what the heck is going on here? But
Yeah.
most of it was directed to the porch, to the back porch,
Yeah.
and she would just do it out of nowhere, and it was very alarming.
And then
So,
you had that owl.
yeah, we had an owl come into our yard, and um, I think it got a bird. I'm not sure if it was a bird or a rabbit, but the cat was by the window when it happened, and she freaked out and she just started hissing and she wouldn't let anybody near her. She was like freaked out by this owl. It was so weird. So we just kind of left her alone, but it took her a long time to get out of that. She did not like witnessing whatever that owl did in our backyard.
So it killed something and left it back there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hmm.
Well, so I don't always have the best memory of what's in people's houses, which is why I write it down. But
Right.
at your house there was something like a black energy, like parasitic, nasty spirit energy on the back porch,
Hmm.
right by that sliding glass door. There was like some nasty, scary black spirits in your office and in the back room
Hmm.
that were did not want to leave. And yeah, I can't remember what it was in your closet, but it was like a, I don't think it was a gremlin, but it looked like a gremlin or something weird that was like
Hmm.
causing mischief in the
Yeah, you said it
closet.
was like an orb.
An
You see,
orb.
yeah, when you said it was like it was round, it was like an orb that it was an object that's a parasite attached to.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
still looking
That's
for that.
you haven't
I was
found it.
no, I don't know what it is. It's like what? I
Interesting.
tore my closet apart looking for it.
Next time I'm there, I'll have to look.
Okay.
Um, yeah, now I remember. Yeah, and even just in your bedroom, there was a lot of real heavy energy on the one side of the bed that
Hmm.
was like really thick.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then in your backyard, you had a ton of spirits back there. And
Yeah.
the sense that I got or the message I got was that it used to be like a wetland marsh area,
Hmm.
and native like the tribes and stuff would come through there.
Right.
And when I told you that, you said, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was
Hmm.
what it was.
Right.
Um, yeah, and then when I stayed there, I remember several spirits coming to me, like 1800s men with top hats coming and
Yeah.
talking to me, and this Native American woman who was looking for her baby. it was just
Mhm.
there was just a lot of activity at your house. And I
Yeah.
mean, just like that area, right? Like everything's old there and lots of people
Yeah.
live there. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a new house. I mean, the house was just built in 2000.
Right.
So it's like, how much can you have in a new house? That's
Yeah.
what really amazed me. It's like, what? Where did these people come from?
It's on the land. Yeah, it's on the land. That's the
Really?
interesting thing. And then, sometimes people will pass away in a house down the street and then they'll end up in
Right.
your house. But these were all like older spirits and like negative energy, which I'm starting to see that sometimes when bad stuff happens in a place, like a black parasitic energy will attach to that because they like that. It's like attracts like. So I don't know how that happens, or they just attach on somebody and you drag them in.
Yeah.
So
That's what you said.
yeah. Or like depression or anger or sadness or whatever sometimes attracts them too
Oh, really?
and amplifies it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just interesting because like I'll clear our house and I do a lot of like energy healing for people and then I'll see, oh crap, now one of them's in here because I cleared it off of somebody else. So then I have to get it out of my house. But sometimes, they
Yeah.
just latch on to people or they'll latch
Mhm.
on to me when I'm doing an energy clearing at somebody's house and then they'll come back. So it's just kind of weird. But I
Yeah.
think too, because we live by the highway. So I think too, they come off people on the highway or something. I don't know. It's just
Wow.
weird. I don't know how it all works. I'm always learning, but I
Hmm.
do know after I did that clearing though at your house, you said a ton of birds started coming into your yard, which was pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah. I feed the birds, but there were tons of them. Tons of them. It's like, wow, what happened here? So the birds were happy.
Yeah, yeah, like it's all
Yeah.
gone now, that negativity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we talked too much about that after I did that clearing, so it's cool to
Mhm.
hear all
Yeah.
those stories. And I know I cleared your cat too, because she had some heavy stuff on her.
Hmm. Yeah. She's better now.
Yeah,
She's a lot
that's
better.
cool.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows? Just whatever you did, it worked.
Sometimes I don't even know, but I know it works, so that's all that matters.
Okay.
Well, did you think of any other stories you want to bring up before we get
Oh,
off?
geez. Uh, really, I can't. Um, uh, go back to the Waldo house. Well, we talked about there was something in the woods in front of the house. Um, and like you said, your friends saw something. I
Yeah.
never saw anything, but it was just a feeling, it's just an awareness. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I was always scared going at night, like coming home or leaving. I was always terrified.
oh, really?
Yeah, and I remember both of our dogs would bark out
Hmm.
there all the time
Right,
at nothing.
right,
Yeah, which was really scary because we lived in the middle of nowhere
right.
and the dogs would bark. Yeah,
Mm,
staring
yes.
out at the.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that house had a lot. Has a lot. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm thinking I cleared it out remotely, but we don't know the owners now, so we don't know
Right.
what they've
Yeah.
had in
Yeah.
there. Yeah. I do feel like your house and the house that you lived in, the first house you lived in outside of that house had some spirits in it too.
Mhm.
But I don't know if you ever had
Oh,
any.
I'm sure it did. It was a very, very old house, and it was built weird, and it had these short little steps to go up to
Oh yeah.
the other level, and it was like, you have to be a kid to walk these stairs. You had to walk sideways up the staircase. But there was
Yeah.
definitely something going on up there. That was
Yeah.
not, I never wanted to go up there.
Yeah. There are a few times I stayed there. I did not like it there. I was scared to be there by myself.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, you and I have had a lot of experiences, but I think it's
Mhm.
cool because you can do the psychic stuff too when you want to. So it's
Mhm.
always cool to me because I know that you can do it and
Yeah.
I can
Well, it's
experience
interesting
it.
how you kind of brought it out too. I mean, from what you were doing, from what you're doing now, it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, and why you were scared all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, geez,
yeah,
because you were always, there's something here, there's something here. And I'm like, what? But then I experienced it and I understood what you're talking about.
yeah. And I think that, it at the time it probably would have helped to know that you knew that, but I know you're trying to protect me, but I just felt like I'm the only one that knows
Mm-hmm.
this is going on and I'm always so scared. So it's
Yeah,
it's just hard when you don't know what is happening around you, but you know something's happening.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And always hearing voices is not very fun.
No, it isn't. You just hope they're all friendly. Everybody
Yeah.
that's around you is friendly.
Yeah. But I think a lot of them were okay there, but there were a couple that weren't so nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool. Thanks for doing this video with me today,
You're
talking
welcome.
about these things. Maybe we'll do another one. I'm sure we'll have more experiences in the future.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
Think about New Orleans.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I do want to go there, so we'll have to make that
Okay.
happen. Okay. All
Okay.
right. Well, thanks, I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
All
All right.
right. Bye.
Thanks.